Hey everybody, David Steenkamp here. So in this video, what we're going to do is modify the wp-config.php file. My bad. It's actually called, when you first download the core files, it's called wp-config-sample.php file. So let's go ahead and open this file up and not be afraid at all, because it's not actually that bad, I promise. So open your Atom editor that we downloaded, or Notepad, or whatever you want to open to edit the file in. Pretty much anything will do, just maybe not like Microsoft Word or anything like that. So I'm just going to make mine nice and big here and save my notes file there. This one as well. So I have mine on my desktop, so I can just go like this and open it like that, but it's kind of gross. So I'm going to go File, Open, File, and it's on desktop, and it's within WordPress, and it's in wp-config sample.php. So let's just open that. Okay. Alright, so there's a few things that have to be done here. The main area that we're going to be working with are these guys right here. Those are the main ones. But the first thing I usually do is I skip over that for the time being, and I get what are called salt keys. So these basically just act as extra security for WordPress. Let's just say, keeping it simple, that's what they are. So to find those, here's what you do. Let's just go to good old google.com. Okay, WordPress salt key. All right, so search for that, and what you want to find is this one that's called secret key generator, and the link looks like this: api.wordpress.org/secret-key/1.1/salt. And when you go to it, it's just going to be a whole bunch of weird looking crap. So if you were to refresh, so here I'll refresh, it just keeps regenerating them, giving you random variations of these keys. So what you do, press Control-A, or just highlight everything, copy it. All right, minimize my browser here, and then just select all of this, and you're just going to paste right over top of all of it. Paste. Boom. Done. So save that. Okay. So that part's done. Now, this is why we take our handy-dandy notes. So, the items that we need to change are as follows: database name, DB name, database user, DB user, database password, which is just the password we made, and again, these are all the MySQL things that we did like way back when. Database host. So most of the time, most people, it's going to be localhost. If you're on GoDaddy, it is not. It's going to be that thing that we copied earlier. So let me pull up my notes file and get a few of these items here. I lied. This notes file. There we go. Okay, so database info. Totally Awesome 12 is my database name, and see, my username is actually exactly the same. If you're using something like Bluehost, HostGator, or something that uses cPanel, these might be a little different because I believe they have character limits. So one might be a little longer by like a few characters than the other, so just watch out for that. As long as you wrote everything down properly, then you're fine. So database name, Totally Awesome 12, and again, or not again, but you just want to make sure that you put this in between the single quotes. Don't delete the single quotes, you need them there. So just put this in between the single quotes. And even if you did accidentally delete one, the reason I like Atom, everything starts to look weird, right? So if I put the quote in, it looks fine. If I take the quote out, delete it, it's like, what? Everything's like orange and weird and crazy looking, but there we go. So now it's good. Okay, so save that again. Sorry, I like save all the time. I know it's probably kind of annoying, but creature of habit, I guess. Okay, password. And again, that's going to be one of those big crazy passwords we made. Again, this is MySQL info. Just going to put it in brackets. Make it like really obvious. Okay, so copy that, and put it right there. over top. Okay, now this is where most people are probably finished. You can just press save, and eventually you'll have to rename this so it's just WP config, but we'll get to that in a sec. Okay, I'm going to save it anyway. And then last but not least, the host name right here, totallyawesome12.db, blah, 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 and paste over that. Okay, now I'm going to press save one last time, and okay, I'm going to close out, or just minimize for now, and I'm going to open that containing WordPress folder. So just to make sure, you know, I always refresh the folder itself, and then I sort by date modified, and yes, 7:38 p.m., 7:39 now, so I know that that's the file that I was just working on. So what you need to do is take off -sample. So you want to remove that so that it just says wp-config.php. And that, excuse me, is the only file that we need to change prior to uploading over to FTP. Okay, so I'm going to close this out. And okay, so log into your FileZilla, log into your main root directory, unless you're installing WordPress in a subdirectory, like I am, like I'm installing it into a, you know, farther in folder, or whatever you want to call it. So mine's going to be at verdandtowing.ca/totallyawesome13. I should probably call it totallyawesome12 though. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just leave it. Whatever. Okay, so here we go. I usually do this in pieces because it can take a little bit of time. So I'm going to just do the files first. You can do it however you want. You can just press Control-A and throw everything over and wait. I don't know why. I like to do it like this. So I just select those, and I drag them over, and there they go. So you can watch the queue down here, the numbers. Just make sure everything is a successful transfer. You don't want anything to land in failed. Okay, I'm going to do the includes next. And there's quite a few of them. I'm just going to pause the video until they're done. Hey guys, so I actually just unpaused the video kind of in mid move here of those files because I got one of these target file already exists. So if you get any of these, just press overwrite and always use this action, apply to current queue only. I'm not really sure why this comes up. It's really weird, but you know, we're just moving the first files ever over, so just press OK. I don't think we need to try and figure out a big, huge reasoning as to why that would happen. So I'm just going to pause it again, and I'll come back to move the other files. Okay? Hey again, guys. So now I'm going to move over the WP content folder. And again, I'll just pause it real quick. Hey again. Okay, so last but not least, the WP admin folder. And that's a fairly large one as well. The WP content one's actually probably the smallest for now until you start putting themes and photos and whatnot into it, because that's where they all land and end up. Oh yeah, here we go. And again, if you get this target file already exists thing, like last time, just always use this action, apply to current queue only, press OK, and let it do its thing. So again, one last pause and then we'll be done. Hey again, guys. So my last file's just transferred over. I hope all of yours did as well. I don't know about you, but I had 1,191 successful transfers. Of course, if you're using a different version of WordPress than me, which is very, very likely, considering how often it updates, you should probably have a number around there as well. Failed transfers, I don't have any. If you have any, just try right-clicking on them, and you can choose this option. It won't be grayed out for you if there is something there. Reset and requeue all. Give it another try. So that's it for this video. Next video is really the moment of truth, whether or not we can install WordPress, whether we put everything correctly into our WP config file, and whether we set up the MySQL stuff correctly and everything is all linked and hooked together properly. So, you know, fingers crossed, and as long as you followed all my instructions, then everything should be fine. And even if I run into a problem, it's probably a good thing, because maybe you guys will run into the same one. But there's if anything is going to go wrong, it's unfortunately probably going to be in this next step. So if it does, don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. It's just it's something that you got to figure out on your own sometimes. But if you need any help, let me know. Let your web host know. Tell a friend. Post on the WordPress forum. Whatever. Someone is bound to help you out. I would be more than happy to. So, okay, and that's it for now. I'm going to end this video, and in the next one, as long as all goes well, it should be very quick. If it does not, then it may be a bit of a longer video. Okay, thanks. Bye.